Hi everyone, I'm Emily Schechter, Product Manager for the Chrome Security team. Thanks for tuning in for our live webinar. Today I'm going to talk to you about how securing your endpoints starts with your browser. The enterprise browser is an important part of the end-user computing experience. A browser provides a critical access point to the apps and information on the open web that people need to be productive. But it is also an essential technology to consider as IT leaders develop strategies for securing their environment and mitigating risks. Choosing an enterprise-grade web browser that offers the right security features keeps businesses' data protected while enabling employees to take advantage of the open web. In this webinar, we'll go over several key topics. For starters, we'll look at how and why endpoint management is growing more complex for IT professionals like yourself. Then I'll discuss how modern web browsers can play a leading role in mitigating risks. And lastly, I'll work through some specific security benefits that you can expect for Chrome browser for the enterprise. So let's dive in. As an IT leader, you're experiencing firsthand the transformation that's taking place in endpoint computing. Let's talk about apps. The app landscape has shifted as companies are relying on more SaaS and cloud applications. And that brings new potential risks as organizations move data off of their endpoints. And the workers themselves have changed. Static workers are a thing of the past. By 2020, 72% of the US workforce will work from a mobile location. That means that security policies need to be as dynamic as your workforce. Lastly, the volume and magnitude of endpoints that IT needs to manage has grown. By 2020, there will be 20 billion connected devices with personal and business data. This attack surface is larger than ever before, and IT teams need a way to secure all of these devices. So as workers evolve and endpoints increase, we're also seeing the difficulty of risk management and the variety of security concerns growing. A recent survey showed that 60% of respondents feel it has become more difficult to manage endpoint risks in the past 24 months. And the security concerns that keep IT teams awake at night span across different areas of risk. From concerns about employee-facing attacks like social engineering and phishing, to potential attacks on mobile devices and vulnerabilities introduced by cloud apps. IT and security teams need to carefully plan and take action to protect their users. Not only has risk management become more difficult, but attacks have also grown more costly and disruptive than ever before. Cybersecurity Ventures predicts that global ransomware damage costs will exceed $5 billion in 2017, up more than 15 times from 2015. The costs include damage and destruction or loss of data, downtime, lost productivity, post-attack disruption to the normal cost of business, and more, not to mention damage to a company's reputation. And while malware and ransomware are threats to everyone, enterprises are a primary target for information security attacks. Data collected by Google shows that a corporate email account is 4.3 times more likely to receive malware and 6.2 times more likely to receive a phishing email. So where does all of this leave IT today? Well, IT needs to help the mobile workforce optimize productivity and has to manage a whole new scope of endpoints to empower workers. But security needs to underpin everything IT does to support their users. The browser is a critical starting point for businesses to fully empower employees while optimally securing the environment. And it's an aspect of the end-user computing experience that IT can't risk to overlook. Let's talk about how the Chrome browser protects enterprises. The browser itself has multiple safeguards in place to protect all of our users. We'll talk about some of these capabilities in more detail, but consider some of these facts. Google Safe Browsing protects more than 3 billion devices from dangerous sites and apps, and Chrome shows over 260 million warnings monthly, informing users before they visit potentially dangerous sites. Chrome also influences a safer web browser experience overall. Last year, we announced that we would mark sites that are not encrypted as not secure in Chrome. And we've seen a marked increase in HTTPS usage on the web, especially with some of the web's top sites. The Chrome browser is also supported by the broader security research community. These contributors have been key to strengthening Chrome browser security. We're extremely appreciative of their work since their reports help protect our users. We've given $4.2 million to researchers through our Vulnerability Rewards program since it launched in 2010. These initiatives benefit consumers and enterprises alike. But we know that enterprises have additional security needs to protect an organization's infrastructure and data. The capabilities needed to maximize browser security for enterprise fall into the following areas. First is policy controls. IT needs to enable policies within the browser to meet specific needs related to access, security, and more. Because so many risks are employee-facing, user protection, including intuitive and actionable warning UI and attack prevention measures, are increasingly important. Vulnerability prevention is critical, and we'll share more with you about some of the behind-the-scenes work of sandboxing and fuzzing that protects your enterprise. And last but not least, an agile approach to threat response. Frequent updates to the browser and documented patching are key to staying on top of new threats. Next, we'll take a look at Chrome browser security capabilities and how they play an important role that keep your employees and business data safe. I'll now go through each of these capabilities in more detail. Let's begin by talking more about policies. With over 200 policies at your disposal, you can ensure your company's needs are being met inside and even outside of your organization's walls. Some examples include restricting sign-on for corporate users, ensuring apps are available or blocked, managing extensions, and much more. According to recent studies, Chrome has a wide range of policies that provide more fine-grained control over the configuration than other enterprise browsers. Next, let's look at our safe browsing technology. Google Safe Browsing helps protect over 3 billion devices every day by showing warnings to users when they attempt to navigate to dangerous sites or download dangerous files. This protects your company from a range of malware, phishing, and social engineering attacks that might try to steal passwords or infect machines. If employees encounter a website suspected of being deceptive or dangerous while browsing the web, they'll be shown a warning page. We also show warnings on dangerous downloads like malware that may inject ads or harm computers. The Chrome browser codebase is constantly being updated, and to continually deliver a secure and enterprise-ready solution, we use capabilities like fuzzing and sandboxing. Through an approach we call fuzzing, thousands of virtual instances of Chrome are constantly being bombarded with random code to incite unfound vulnerabilities. This fuzz testing model helps detect various issues that may otherwise go unnoticed, and it helps us provide you and your users the safest browsing experience possible. Sandboxing, or isolating application components, is another way that we reduce risk. In the case of vulnerabilities, impact is greatly reduced with sandboxing. Third-party research by the firm X41 found that Chrome enforces its security restrictions better than other enterprise browsers like Microsoft Edge. Chrome offers many types of sandbox processes for finer-grained privilege separation than other browsers. I'll tell you how to access and review this research at the end of our webinar. For now, you should be starting to see how the Chrome browser reduces your risk of attack on every window and tab that your employees open. Chrome implements extensive networking security features to authenticate secure connections to websites, so the websites your employees view cannot be eavesdropped on or tampered with. Chrome actively participates in networking security standards and owns the HSTS preload list used by other browsers. Chrome also leads Certificate Transparency, a project to detect wrongly issued HTTPS certificates. When it comes to security, time is of the essence. Chrome automatically updates to ensure that your employees always have the latest security features and fixes, no action required. For enterprises that want more control over rollout updates, Chrome offers policies to manage updates. While Chrome has a normal release cycle of 6 weeks, Chrome also updates to address critical security bugs as needed. we've shipped critical security fixes in under 24 hours when necessary. We know that for many enterprises, moving 100% to the open web will not happen overnight. For many of you, legacy apps from 15 or more years ago that use Silverlight or ActiveX are not going anywhere in the near future, and they may play an important part in your business. We want to make it as easy and seamless as possible for your users to access them, while allowing other browsers to continue to take place in a modern, secure browser. With a capability we've built called Legacy Browser Support, admins can configure Chrome as the default browser while defining specific sites that should be launched in an alternate browser. If employees need to access older websites and apps that require Internet Explorer, for example, the Chrome Legacy Browser Support extension switches automatically between Chrome and Internet Explorer. When an employee clicks links that require a legacy browser to open, the URL will automatically be opened in the legacy browser from Chrome. When the user is done with the legacy property, they will be seamlessly popped back into Chrome to resume where they left off. No training needed. Alongside security, we know that privacy is another major concern of enterprises. Chrome browsers offers more than 200 policies for IT admins to enable and disable. These policies and settings allow admins to choose what data is shared with Google. Chrome keeps employee and company information private and safe, and enterprise admins decide which policies are enabled. With Google's privacy policy and privacy white paper, Chrome is very transparent about what data is used for and allows admins full control to edit settings. You've just learned how Chrome security technologies like safe browsing, sandboxing, and our ability to quickly deploy updates makes Chrome the most secure major browser available. And our added enterprise capabilities give IT teams the added layer of control and management they need for enterprise-grade security. Over the years, we've had multiple security firms deep dive into Chrome's technologies. During the most recent of these assessments, just this year, we worked with 2 top-tier security firms to independently assess Chrome's overall security across the range of areas that are important to keep users safe. Their white papers found, for example, that Chrome warns users about more phishing than other major browsers, Chrome patches security vulnerabilities faster than other major browsers, and security restrictions are best enforced in Google Chrome. At the end of this webinar, we'll provide you with links to access these reports. The documents include methodology details, and the code and analysis are available on GitHub, so you're welcome to take a look and run tests in your own environment. In the reports themselves, you'll find a ton of detail about how Chrome measures up across a variety of security areas, and they offer a comparison to other enterprise browser options. If you'd like to see how different browsers rank across areas like auto updates, sandboxing, and protections from phishing and malware, then make sure you check out these reports. While there's so much more we could talk about today, hopefully you now have a solid introduction to how the Chrome browser can support your enterprise's security strategy. Chrome offers a mix of fundamental security capabilities, as well as enterprise-based admins tools that truly allow you to tackle many of the threats your organization faces head-on. And best of all is that these safeguards exist in the same user-friendly and fast browser that your employees love. Thank you to everyone who joined our webinar this morning. I hope you enjoyed learning about how your browser can offer a crucial first step in your IT strategy to secure your environment and mitigate risks. We referenced several different reports and white papers throughout the session. You'll find easy access to these documents using the URLs on your screen. For those of you that registered, we'll also provide the direct links in a follow-up email. For anyone attending the live session, we invite you to submit questions in the chat panel below. The Chrome browser team and I are more than happy to field as many questions as we can today. Thanks everyone for joining us.